Hi, welcome to Life Lifter. I'm Eric, the White Panda. On today's video, we're going to be doing a review of the movie Dunkirk, which I'm really excited about, but also I'm going to be talking about movie theater foods and how to try to eat healthy at the movie, or drink healthy as well. And I'll be honest, you're probably not going to like what I have to say. I don't know if there's any easy way to do this. I'm just going to come out and say it. There's really no way to eat healthy at the movie theater. You can kind of drink healthy by getting water, or I guess you can get like a diet soda or something, but really water. In terms of eating though, there's just not anything. I mean, you would think like a small popcorn or something would be fine, but the oils that they cook them in and at the temperature that they get cooked at just makes them not good for you. You end up taking in a lot of things that you really shouldn't be consuming. So unless they have like pickles there, and you can get like one of those big pickles. Other than that, your best bet if you're trying to eat healthy at the movies is to snuggle some stuff in. I mean, you can get like a Skinny Pop or something like that. Those little like Venable bags of like Skinny Pop or something. Those are only about 100 calories. They're all really good stuff, and they're pretty filling for a bag. So you can get something like that to kind of snuggle in with you. But if you're trying to eat healthy at the movie theater, there's just really not anything good for it. So on to the movie Dunkirk. It came out recently, and it's a really, really fantastic movie. One of the best war movies of all time. It's probably going to win a bunch of Academy Awards and Oscars, and it's probably the best movie of the summer. That being said, I have some issues with it, and I think a lot of other people who really value things for their historical context would hopefully agree with me in some of the issues that are apparent in the movie Dunkirk. So first off, in terms of an artistic perspective, I don't really have a lot to say because it's darn near a perfect film artistically. There's a couple things that are weird that I don't agree with in it that will kind of come out, but just from like an acting and editing, a script, screenwriting, cinematography, all of that was fantastic. So let's get into some of the issues with Dunkirk. Firstly, you never get the size and the scope or the scale of the battle that's going. For example, take a movie like Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor is a really annoying and frustrating movie because for the first half of it has nothing to do with Pearl Harbor. But then you have the actual Battle of Pearl Harbor, and that's one of the greatest sequences and most historically accurate sequences of any war film. And I feel like that really works because you kind of get both sides of what's going on. You kind of get the give and take that's happening between the Japanese Navy and the American intelligence. And all of this leads up to when the actual battle happens, you kind of understand why we're just completely caught off guard and, just get completely devastated by the Japanese attack. That part of the movie is fantastic. The rest of it is really kind of annoying, but that part of the movie is really, really great view of the Battle of Pearl Harbor. And again, I'm saying it because it's not just one person and like a boat and their perspective of what's going on. You get the full holistic view of what's happening. In Dunkirk, you just don't get that. I mean, if you watch the movie and you take its interpretation of the Battle of Dunkirk, it looks like it happens over about a 2-day period. They say numbers like 300,000, 400,000 troops, but if you actually watch the movie, you see maybe 30 or 40 ships involved, a couple of airplanes, and maybe 50,000 to 100,000 troops on the shore. You just don't see the scale of it all, and that's really my big issue with it, is that there was a lot to the Battle of Dunkirk. For one thing, like the French almost go ignored. I mean, yeah, it shows like the one French soldier, but I just feel like it really cheapens their contribution to the battle. I mean, if you look at it from a British soldier, you get defeated by Hitler for basically a week or 2 weeks straight. And then you get to Dunkirk, and then now you understand that the Navy is going to come and ferry you back to your shore. So you're fine. If you're at the rear guard, you have belief that you're going to be that you're going to be rescued by the Navy and sent back home. If you're on the actual shore, like just waiting to be rescued, you understand that the Navy's coming to get you. At the same time, you have, you know, the Royal Air Force flying overhead, trying to fend off attacks from the Germans as they come. Now imagine if you're a French or a Belgium soldier. You're holding out the rear guard and protecting the British while the British escape on sea. Now, yes, I understand that over 100,000 French were rescued or escaped during the Battle of Dunkirk, but one, it wasn't French ships. So if you're a British ship, your priority is British soldiers. And granted, over 100,000 French, Dutch, and Belgium soldiers got, you know, ferried off, but their priority was British. So whenever all these ships would come over like the week-long battle, they're primarily just trying to get British soldiers off. And so eventually the British completely like leave Dunkirk, and they sound all clear that, you know, they're done, but there's still about 100,000 French, not 100,000, there's about 60,000 French that are left. And they actually go back one more time because they're ordered by Churchill to try and get as many more as they can over about another nighttime period. And they're able to get about another 30,000 French off. And all that leaves is about 30,000 French that are left. And those are the ones that eventually surrender to Germans and, you know, get captured. But if you're a French soldier that whole time, like what hope is there for you? I mean, it's not your Navy that's ferrying you off. You see all these British ships, but the British ships are trying to prioritize, you know, British sailors. They're trying to get out the British Expeditionary Force. And so, I mean, what hope do you have? And I just feel like that gets completely ignored in the movie. Second problem that I have with why you don't see the scope of it is because it never shows the enemy in the movie, it never shows the Germans. I feel like they have to kind of fake you into believing that there's impending doom going on, because you never see the impending doom. Like, you never know that there's, you know, hundreds of thousands of Germans coming after you, or and like, all these things, you just never see it. Like, you're just in this, you look at everything from these like three different perspectives, and it's like just like this small little thing going on. And I feel like they try to manufacture you to feeling the impending doom by like having this music and everything, the swells of the music, and this constant like clicking that's going on, like a clock, like a timepiece clicking down to show that you're running out of time. So I feel like they're trying to make you feel like there's impending doom, but if you're actually like, I don't know, I feel like you understand the scope of the battle. I don't like it never, because you don't see what's going on overall. Like, you don't see that the British and the French have been losing significant ground for basically 2 weeks, and there's absolutely nothing that they can do to stop the Germans, and that the German, the Blitzkrieg tanks, they just have, there's nothing that the British and the French have that can stop them, and they don't have any air power in the area right there that can try to hold off the Luftwaffe attacks. And also because you don't see on the German side how the reason why the battle even lasted is because they had to halt their tanks because they were running low on supplies, and they needed to get things up to maintain them and fix them and stuff. And like, you just don't see any of that. So you're kind of told at the beginning that they're surrounded by all sides, and you do see the true event of the Germans flying over with leaflets trying to get them all to surrender, but you don't actually see the whole thing kind of taking place. You don't see both sides of what's going on. So I feel like some people will get pulled in by the music, and it will, the music's going to tell them that there's impending doom, but I don't get succumbed by that. So like, I was just watching it and I'm like, where's the, like, what part of the battle is this? I know it's like a 7 to 10 day battle. So are these like the first couple of days of the battle, or are these like the last couple of days of the battle? What's going on here? So, and along with the music, was I the only one that whenever it had the big reveal of the British small vessel pool coming to land on the beach to ferry off troops, like, you had this huge swelling of the music, all of it been building, all these themes and musical motifs have been building this whole time to this one moment where the admiral is looking through his binoculars and he sees like 3 ships coming for them. Like, I laughed whenever I saw that in theaters, because you have this huge building up of like all this music and all these feelings and emotions, and then you get this reveal that there's like 3 ships coming for what they already said was over 300,000 people. Like, I was so let down by that. Like, and I get that they were trying to be accurate because it wasn't like all of the hundreds of ships come at once. You know, it's over a period of time, so there's ships being ferried back and forth the whole time, and they're always trying to be kind of protected by a couple of Navy ships. But, like, you're already being inaccurate with the historical events by streamlining a like 10-day battle into basically a 2-day period. And then you, like, so you're trying to show this like a 2-day period as the entirety of this battle. So why wouldn't you just have in that 2-day period show the entirety of all the ships that are coming? Like, you don't do that. You just, like, I don't know, like, I was just really thrown off by that. It's like, yay, there's like a yacht coming to, how's that gonna save 300,000 people? So I don't know, that really kind of threw me off. I just, when that moment happened, I was like, okay, cool. I mean, maybe if you're like a British like merchant person whose family was involved, I could see how you could be really emotionally impacted by that scene of seeing just normal civilians coming to the rescue. But I just felt like the music was so overblown, and when you get to the scene, it was just not at all what the movie was trying to build up for how all these people were going to escape. Also, another thing that was overblown was how easy is it to sink a ship? Like, Britain had advanced like naval vessels, but every single ship can get felled by one bomb. Like, I'm not a naval expert, but I know like a torpedo has a really good shot of sinking a vessel, but like a bomb, I mean, we need to be very well placed, and I don't know, but like every single ship in the movie gets hit by like one or two, like one bomb or something, and it just goes down. Like by the end of it, I almost felt like you're gonna have this big cruiser going by, and it can just be hit by like by some wind or something, and it's gonna sink. Like, I don't know, maybe I was the only one that felt that way, but it just kind of got a little ridiculous that every single ship you see is sinking. I mean, Britain had, I think, over 800 naval vessels involved in the battle, and like over 200 of them did sink. So there were a lot of losses of vessels. But if you watch the movie, it's like every vessel's going down. Like, if you see a ship that's going down, oh, there's a ship over there, it's going down now. Like, everything is just going down. And that was, I don't know, that maybe I'm the only one, but that just seemed like it was a little ridiculous. I don't think ships can be sunk so easily by things. I mean, a lot of ships can survive torpedo attacks, you know? I mean, depending on where it hits and stuff like that, how quickly they respond to the situation, like, ships can survive being hit or sunk or something like that. I mean, not sunk, ships can survive being hit by bombs or torpedoes. Not all the times, but a lot of times they can. But in the movie, it just makes it seem like, oh, and I get why they're doing it. You know, they're trying to make it seem like there's every time you have a glimpse that you're going to escape, something terrible happens, and then you get some hope and something terrible happens. And I get that, but you know, you lose the realisticness of the fact that ships are a little bit sturdier than I think the movie makes them portrays them to be. I thought it was a great movie. You know, it really is a good movie. But the first time I saw it, I left the movie theater mad because I didn't feel like I watched a movie about Dunkirk. I felt like I watched a movie about 3 different people who happened to be involved in World War II in the Battle of Dunkirk, but it wasn't really about Dunkirk, like the battle, because you didn't see all of it. You didn't see the scope of it all, the size of it all, the immense proportions and the strategic of everything going on. You didn't see the decisions being made on both sides and everything. You didn't see any of that. So I didn't feel like it was a movie about the Battle of Dunkirk. I felt like it was just about some people who were at Dunkirk at the same time in 1940, you know? So, I don't know. So, but anyways, I watched it again about a week later, and this time I watched it with a different group of friends who were all like film people, like some of them have gone to film school. And that time when I watched it without thinking about Dunkirk as the historical event. I just kind of swiped my brain of that, and I was just there to enjoy it with this group of people. And then I really enjoyed it. I got caught up in the moments, and I felt the despair and the hopelessness, and seeing the cool ways that the characters get intertwined together. I got that the second time I picked it up, but that was with me ignoring the historical event that was taking place. Once I watched it as a movie and not a historical depiction, I liked it a lot more. And I would definitely recommend it for people to go watch. I would just give the tagline that this does not really represent the Battle of Dunkirk. And also, even if you do want it to depict the Battle of Dunkirk, it's only depicting a British perspective. Like, it's ignoring if you're a Belgian there who sees your entire country. Like Belgium succumbs to defeat during the Battle of Britain, and Belgians were actually some of the ones that were trying to protect the rear lines, and they were defeated during the battle, and so the British and the French had to take over their position to try to continue to hold off the Germans. And then also, if you're a French person, there's literally no hope for you. You're completely cut off from the rest of the world, basically. The British ships are coming for primarily British soldiers and everything, and you're being stuck there to defend while other people get to go and survive. You're being stuck there to fight off the most powerful army in the world, and eventually your 30,000 of them are left to surrender or die. I felt like that's a much more compelling story than the glory of the British, who you have the Spitfire captain, and then you got the soldiers at sea. I don't know, I don't know. I feel like that a French perspective at Dunkirk is more interesting to me than a British perspective at Dunkirk. But that's just my opinion on it. If you did like it, go click that like button. If you didn't, well, that other button works as well. If you'd like to see more videos as they come out, you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I will say my next video upload day is next Friday, which is the 1st. And I do a weigh-in every 1st and 16th. However, because I'm weighing in on the 1st, I don't know how likely it is I'm also going to have an upload that day. So if I'm able to get a video up in time, then I will have my next weigh-in next week. If I'm not, then I'll have a video with different content next week. Either way, I will have a video next Friday. And again, the 1st and 16th of every month is when I do a weigh-in, and normally I try to have a video up the next Friday after that 1st and 16th. If you'd like to see more about what I do for a living, the shirt's kind of representing it, you can go check out my website. It'll be in the video description. And this is really more if you're in the Wilmington, North Carolina area. You can definitely go check out that website, and even feel free to hit me up if you're interested in what it is that I do. I'm Eric the White Panda. Thanks for watching.